about point guard versus shooting guard.
So when you criticize an athlete, think about that, though. You never know what they're dealing with their coaching staff.
You know what? Guess how much I got
With
paid
that-
in high school to
with
deal
that-
with my misery? Like zero. Look, if you're making what's Russ Westbrook make? I don't know what is he up to now? 12, 14 million.
Double-digit million.
Yeah.
He's
Okay. You're fair game.
Let me
You're
tell you
playing on
something.
the best team in the West.
Everybody that doesn't have your job said they'll do it. They'll work harder. They'll be on time. They'll never be sick. They'll do it for cheaper until they get your job. So just because the guy's making money and whatever they do or fame, that doesn't make them a target for slander.
Stephen A., what's your thought?
Okay, wait, hold on. Now, that's crossing the line. I don't slander. I don't slander.
You don't think calling
No,
somebody
I don't
Bob
go into
Spice is
personal
slander?
life. No,
You
heck
don't think
no.
so?
It's
You
describing
don't
his
think calling
performance.
somebody Tony Romeo is slander?
Heck no.
Oh.
Tony Romeo?
I'm just giving you an example.
Kidding?
I do.
Slander.
I would not like somebody calling me a negative nickname.
Okay, could you take me to court and win a lawsuit because I called you Tony Romeo?
I'm just giving
because
you
you were
an
dating
example.
Jessica Simpson.
I'm just giving an
Want to
example.
bet? Want to bet on that one?
I'm just giving an
I'll win that lawsuit. Good luck with it.
I'm just giving an
Okay.
example.
No, I don't think we're even actually asking that in a legal sense. I mean, look, we're one of the big social issues right now is bullying and name calling.
There you go.
I think one of the things that may shed light on this nationally is the fact that it is going on in our society, and it's not necessarily a pretty thing. Stephen, I do want to get your thoughts on that in particular. Is the name calling for you, does that cross a line?
I think it does, and I'm not knocking Jalen Rose for his opinion on that. I actually tend to agree with him, and Skip and I go at it about that much more humorous and less serious fashion. But I don't disagree with Jalen about that. But the one point that I would add is that your performance is fair game, and things that control or have something to do with your performance is fair game. If you are missing practices, if you are a bad practice player, if you are somebody whose basketball IQ is not what it should be, or football IQ, or whatever sport we're talking about here, if you're somebody that's argumentative and a bit dilatory when it comes to your behavior with your coach, if you're unprofessional, if you're a lot of these things that have direct influence on a level of productivity that you are assigned to display as a professional, then it's fair game. Now, when you talk about name calling, I don't think you can deny this part, Jalen. There are those athletes that you will talk to. And even if you have the facts locked down, stock, barrel, you have it down, and you simply articulate and elocute the facts to them, and it is something that they don't like, that is their definition of you attacking their character, of you attacking them personally. When in fact, what you're doing is you're talking about them professionally. When you bring up Allen Iverson, I'm here to tell you something right now. These athletes, and that includes you, and any NBA player, if you knew all the things that I knew, Allen Iverson should be my friend for life. Because as a reporter, I could have said 1,000 more things than I've ever said. And there isn't a person that's affiliated with the NBA that knows anything about the NBA or in the city of Philadelphia, Memphis, Detroit, or anywhere else that he's played who would disagree with me. The same goes for a plethora of athletes that I have covered. I'm just saying, yes, as a reporter. What I'm saying is there are things as a human being that I never touch. And I just turn my back to it. But at the end of the day, what you do between those lines is fair game. And if I say to you that you can't play, and it's backed up not just by facts,
But what if somebody
by
said
other
to you that
analysts
you
and the
couldn't
things
play?
that you
That's
say.
why that's like I don't think you have to be a good player to do a good job. But I'm saying if you don't expect me to take it personal, why you take it personal?
No. But I'm not arguing.
So for example, if I'm a player that I feel like you did a column on, talked about on radio, talked about on First Take, and talked about my performance,
Right.
What about if that player says, you know what, let me see how he was at my job. Let me see what he did in high school.
I don't have.
Let me see what he did.
Jalen, that's you and Skip. That's you and Skip. I'm not debating that with you. I'm just saying to you that it's not personal. If I don't engage in name calling, but I limit my comments
to how you perform and what directly affects your performance. And if you're pathetic, you're pathetic. It is what it is. Now, I understand. That's all I'm saying.
All right, Stephen,
it's not,
hold that
it's
thought,
not personal,
because we've
and it's not
we've
crossing
gotta
the
get a
line
break.
if the facts prove it to be correct.
Stephen A., hold that thought. Stop down right there. We're going to continue this. We're taking a break.
You can't stop.
No, I know. Well, you know what? Stephen A. will probably keep talking through the commercial. That's why we